Hello, hello, hello. My name is Caroline Williams, and this is my first storytelling experience for ISCI 600 Storytelling Theory, Practice, and Development. I think that's the full name of the course. And for my first reading, I have chosen The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. This was a book that I enjoyed when I was a child, and it actually helped me get through preschool. It's a very sweet story. I'll get right in it. It is paperback, which I don't love. I think it's much easier to display hardback books when you're reading them to children, but this is what Amazon had, so this is what I have to use. Please excuse any background noise you hear. My boyfriend is cooking dinner for us, and my office is right off the side of the kitchen. So if you hear things sizzling, sauteing, that's what's happening, and I apologize. So let's start with The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. I love this illustration. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" He's even got a little tear. You can see he's crying. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start." How beautiful that is. "You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." She said nights at school. Can you imagine going to school at night? Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss, like this. "Now do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went. Look at all the places he's going. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. See, he's kissing her hand. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and I love you, Chester turned and danced away. Look at all those animals going to their little school in the tree. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. Beautiful. Everybody's at school. Would you like to go to a school like this? I think that'd be very fun. I love you. That's how we say I love you. And then there are stickers in the back that say the kissing hand. The end. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite childhood stories. Again, I apologize for the noise. And I think my cat is calling me, so it is now time to go feed her. Thank you, and I look forward to the next presentation.